But before we dive into those things, a very interesting piece of Star Wars content was released yesterday by the name of Kenobi. We got a little trailer, everyone. What do we think about that?
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, what a blessed day.
Hello there.
Hello there, trailer.
The hype was real.
It was.
It was awesome.
I know,
It
like,
was great finally
Twitter
seeing
has just been foaming at the mouth, waiting for this moment. And once that hello there was tweeted out, we were like, wait, it's happening. It has to happen. It has to be happening.
Yep.
And of course,
Yep.
I found out that afternoon and watched it with like my computer audio like all the way up. So like the Duel of the Fates like just blows off my eyebrows how loud it is.
Yes.
And I'm like crying because I'm like, oh my God, it's so epic.
It was so good. So good.
Yeah.
And it was really great how they melded all those high like songs, the Duel of Fates, and like they just rolled them into each other, and it
Silent
was
Heroes was in it.
perfect
Beautiful.
meld. It was
The
really
Force
cool.
theme.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man. It's
So
great.
let me get this straight. Let me ask, you all loved this trailer then? Am I correct by assuming that?
I think the trailer could have been just him like walking in the sand and I would have loved it. And like it would have been like 5 seconds long and I would have been like, it's amazing. I loved it.
Kind of like the Rings of Power.
Exactly. Just the teaser.
First trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I think what
Christian?
I'm most excited about in the trailer is that it looks like he obviously gets off of Tatooine.
Yes.
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 And goes to
That is
Tokyo
crucial.
Yeah.
or somewhere.
Yeah. When
it
it
looked-
opened on Tatooine, I was kind of like, we just had a whole
Is it
Boba
Boba Fett Part
train
2,
wreck
you know?
on Tatooine, and yeah. So I'm with you. Getting off Tatooine, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it looks like high budget, a little more, I don't know, just more of this grand space opera. Hopefully that we get something like that. But it was a lot more that they revealed in I don't know if it's teaser trailer, but like they revealed a lot.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
it was really cool. And I think like we were tweeting about this yesterday too, but when he said like he's just a discouraged Obi-Wan, understandably so, and he was talking and he's like, we've lost, and he was down, and I was just thinking like, who would he be talking to in that echoey voice? And I was just thinking meditation, talking to Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, Liam Neeson is cast to be in this show.
Really? I didn't know
So,
that. People are
yes.
also speculating that Cody, maybe the Inquisitor was talking to Cody.
Yeah.
Which,
Oh,
I mean,
give me
all
more.
Yeah.
of the Rebels fans are, like, really happy right now. And if you haven't watched Rebels,
You got
you're
to.
missing out once
Go
again.
do it.
Was that one guy?
I really.
Yeah, there was that picture of like the back of Tamara Morrison's like bald head in Book of Boba Fett compared to like the back of that random bald head in the Kenobi trailer. Like, is it him?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I hated every minute of that trailer.
Oh, shut
And
up. That's not
I'll
even
tell
true.
You did
I'll
not.
tell you
No, you
I'll
didn't.
tell you why.
can't
I
hate
will tell
that.
you why. I
Whatever.
had
It had
that-
You wanted
Duel of
more
the-
AOP?
It had
You wanted
Duel
more
of
of
the
that?
Fates in there. You can't hate it.
I'll tell you why I can't stand that trailer, because it was so fantastic, because it did hit on everything that anyone that were like, hey, these later millennials that now love Star Wars, and Ewan McGregor said it best when we released it, no one really liked it. Now these kids that have grown up with it, they have a voice and they all love it, and it's amazing to see, and Disney knows that. And playing Duel of the Fates, it's just like, when I heard that, I was like, you're just trying to sucker all of us back in. And you know how big of a deal it is. And because it's the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, the bar was so high. And I was thinking, all right, look, just have him out there, have him do some crazy adventure. Maybe Darth Maul comes back, then they kill him in Rebels. Spoiler. So that's not happening, but maybe something. And they're like, oh no, Darth Vader. I'm like, oh, all right, you've high grounded yourself. You've made the bar even higher. Okay, that's fine. Maybe it'll still be interesting. Then they're like, oh, and the Inquisitors are going to be in it. I'm like, oh, the bar's even higher for yourself. Okay. And then that trailer plays, and they play Duel of the Fates, Battle of Heroes, and all these themes, and it ends with the Darth Vader breathing. And I'm like, this thing, you've set it so high now that you've set this show for like 10 out of 10. And if it's a 9 out of 10, everyone's going to be nitpicking about all the missed opportunities you had, even if it's a good show. Because that's Book of Boba Fett in a lot of ways. Not that
They're going to
there's
nitpick regardless.
Oh yeah.
but there's not
That's
there's
true.
not the same level of hype for Book of Boba Fett, and it wasn't ever predicted to be as good. But after Mando season 2, we all had these gritty expectations at the trailers and the marketing team put out about Book of Boba Fett. And I saw a lot of great trailers for The Force Awakens and for all the sequel movies, which I do really like The Force Awakens. But the marketing team made me feel like it was going to be one way, and the series just went a completely different direction. So I'll wait to reserve my excitement until I've actually seen the first episode and see what direction they're going, because the hype they're building for themselves, I'm not going to get swayed by Disney's elite marketing ever again. I've been fooled too many times. So
I think the first maybe episode is going to be very slow. Like, this is my prediction though. Like, so it's not going to have the hype that the rest of the show is going to have, because he is going to be on Tatooine and he's going to have to get off of Tatooine. And I just feel like that's going to be a slow trudge. But
Well, okay. So do we know that, I believe it was in Jedi Fallen Order, that the Inquisitors only know there's a Jedi around when the Force is used, right? So people
I
were
think
like,
that's right. Yeah.
people were speculating that Obi-Wan knows that, so he's going to avoid the Force. But what if like Luke tries to use it, and then they're like called to Tatooine? Because then you got that showdown with what's his name, Uncle Owen.
Yeah, you got that little snippet there that where the Inquisitor
He's also
was
using a blaster.
him
It looked like on Coruscant, which was cool.
I saw that. Or wherever that city
Yeah.
planet is. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, Obi's going to have this inclination, or like he's going to want to reserve himself. I think that's what's typical or falls in line a lot of with like the EU as well, or like in the Kenobi book by Miller. And I think, yeah, the Inquisitors, I don't know, maybe they all have their own little tactic too, but it is interesting to think about how it's going to go. I do agree with you, Tim. It'll probably start off maybe a little slow. And yeah, trailers are always going to do something different.
Yeah.
I agree with you a little bit there, Brody, too. But
Yeah.
it does, I don't know, it's stuff like this is the kind of stuff that the fans want to see. It looks higher budget,
Yes.
like more on a grand scale. And like this was another gripe of mine was I've always wanted, like, why can't we have elite, like, choreography fight saber scenes like we did with the prequels? And we haven't even touched that since Disney has acquired Star Wars. Like, I don't even think we've come close. And it's like, we have Ewan McGregor now. He's got the talent. Like, we've got Inquisitors. Let's do it,
think
you
we
know?
will.
Let's have some actual sweet lightsaber duels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that gave me hope was right at the end. It says limited. What is it? Limited time or limited
Series.
Limited series. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it is. It's not going to be the thing where okay, season 1 is building, season 2 is the big thing. It's going to
That's
be
cool.
everything is right there. So
Nice.
I think it's going to be.
I did see a tweet circulating, and who knows like the actual validity of it, but it was saying that Kathleen Kennedy hasn't thrown away the possibility of a season 2 because everyone obviously wants it to succeed and be great, which
Stop it. Leave it alone. We have a new hope. Kathleen Kennedy. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that. Amanda, no. You just ruined my mood. No.
It's circulating. I
Brought
mean,
up-
she's true.
I
she's
do want to
correct.
say before we change topics that I was really happy that they didn't show Vader in it, even though like
Yeah,
I was
agreed.
dying for that first glimpse of him,
Agreed.
even whether in or out of the mask, just to shroud it completely. And actually I missed the breathing the first time I watched it until everyone was like, did you hear the breathing at the end? And then since it was just like one in out breath, it was easy to like blend in seamlessly
Oh,
there.
they did so good with that. And I tell you what, too, what I really hope they do, and I've already gotten backlash for saying this, but I really hope Palpatine's involved and we see more of his cloning attempts and things that tie into the sequel trilogy that make it And I get it. A lot of people don't want anything to do with that, but also no one wanted anything to do with the prequels. And now a lot of them are beloved because they were fleshed out by Clone Wars. So Star Wars has this habit of just really not doing well with a trilogy and then following it up with 10 years of content, and then everyone loves it. So, like, let's flesh this out. Let's do a Rey show. Let's do some other things. And then, yeah, it's kind of like the reverse of Marvel Endgame. Give you all the grand stuff up front and then flesh it out for years and years and years. So I don't know. I hope we get to see something like that. I don't want to retcon those movies. They happened. Let's just give them more stories so they can stand a little bit more firm.